What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome back to Live at 5. This will be the first one of the second series, I guess, we're doing now. So this one, if you guys have like a rope or even if some hand wraps, or if you guys want to tie like two hand wraps together and tie them on two poles, or if you got like at home, if you can even put it in the doorway, right, in the crevice of the door. I know, and you don't really need to make it too long, but maybe give yourself, a little bit of space where you can move forward and back. And we have this little thin rope here. I don't know if you guys can pick it up with the cameras, but it's a pretty little wire right here. But it's about shoulder height. Okay, so we're doing these drills. It's going to be about moving your head off that center line. So you hear guys say, "Oh, move your head, take your head off that center line." I like to think about, or explain if your opponent's in front of you, think about making like a triangle almost from your shoulder to their chin, right? Like this. And then your opponent has that same exact triangle from his shoulder to your chin, right? So it's almost like an hourglass figure. And so you want your head outside of that triangle as much as possible. The longer your chin stays inside that triangle, right, the better chance you have of getting clipped. So you're moving your head off that center line as much as possible, especially when you're throwing shots, right? Even if you're standing still and the guy's going to throw, the second you start moving your head, it's like a sniper trying to hit a target on a target that's moving side to side, as opposed to just a target that's coming forward and back. Right? For you guys out there that actually been shooting and stuff, the targets come forward like this and they go back. But it's pretty easy to pick up a target just coming forward, of course, because the target's getting bigger as it gets closer. But now try hitting a target that's moving side to side like this, and then try to hit it. It's a night and day difference. It's way more difficult. So you're almost kind of playing. You're playing tag. You're trying to punch someone in the chin. I mean, the chin's a pretty small target. It's like the size of a tennis ball, half a tennis ball. So when that thing moves, once I go to like throw a punch and you move your chin, my punch can't like change the direction and follow your chin. It's not like a heat-seeking missile. It's just going to go right to where the punch was meant to go. So that's why you see in like, Sports Illustrated, all these high-level fights, when guys are slipping shots, they're slipping punches, the punches are going right over their shoulder. They're barely missing these shots. You know what I mean? High-level guys. So we're not really going like this and doing any like matrix moves, matrix ducks to dodge punches. And we're sitting right here in the pocket. We're just doing little tiny slips side to side. You know what I mean? So with that being said, this is a great drill to kind of implement that to get you moving your head and just moving your head slightly. We're not going to be doing any real big, huge movements side to side off this. Just moving your head just a little bit. Your legs are also going to be very much involved because this is a stationary rope. So I'm going to have to bend this way. This little bend right here, when you guys are moving, it's more of like a boxing move, right? Boxers don't get to worry about getting kicks. They don't got to worry about takedowns. So they're able to sit down in their stance a little bit more than MMA and kickboxing, right? If you're leg heavy at any point in the fight, boom, that guy can kick my leg. I can't really block a kick from right here. Right? I can't go like this. I pick my leg to block and I'll fall forward. I have to come up right and then check the kick. Right? So sitting your weight down your leg, again, it's a little bit more of a boxing. It's a little part of the more boxing science than it is like MMA. MMA, you can utilize it because of the wrestling stuff, but primarily kickboxing, Muay Thai, it's a little bit more upright and a little bit more back leg heavy, so you keep that lead leg light so you can come up and check. With that being said, boxers also kind of turn sideways this way. You know what I mean? Because again, they don't got to worry about getting their leg blast. So if you're sitting your weight down your leg, there's a couple different positions where you could be that makes it easier, makes it more efficient for you to carry your weight and move forward and back. Okay, but for this drill's sake, for this purpose, for the mixed martial arts style of stand-up fighting, I like to have my lead foot 12 o'clock. Okay, so when we're doing this drill, let's have your foot 12 o'clock. We'll do the first drill without the rope just to get you guys moving a little bit. So again, we'll have the lead foot 12 o'clock, the back leg about 2 o'clock. Okay, so you guys are standing like this. I'll bring my back leg back. It's about shoulder width apart, right, or a little bit further than shoulder width. I just take a step back. Okay, Now my back block angle, so 12 o'clock is straight ahead, my lead toe, 2 o'clock's out there. I want my the ball of my foot now, okay? That ball of that foot almost like activates my stance. Now that back leg is like a spring here, right? Kind of sit and bounce on that leg to kind of pick up the energy through my hips and out my feet, as opposed to just having the foot flat. Now I'm kind of a little bit more stagnant and stationary. So having that back foot on the ball of the foot, it's a way more athletic stance. Think about like a mountain cat, right? They're always pounce. They're always like in a stance where they're ready to pounce or ready to attack. But they're always, the hind leg is very. That's the engine basically for them. You know what I mean? They're driving off that back leg. So that same similar concept here when we're doing this drill. So let's go. Just standing still alone. You guys want to imagine like a line on the ground. You're gonna do 3 slips. Okay, so we're gonna slip right, slip left, slip right. And again, that slip is just to take your head off that center line. So I'm gonna slip, slip, slip. Okay, I'm not even moving my body. I'm moving my shoulder. When I move my shoulders, my head automatically moves. So slip right, slip left, slip right. Okay. On the other side, real simple. I'm gonna slip left, slip right, slip left. Okay, so those 3, right, or left, right, left. Okay, and now I can fire these slips while I move forward and back. So here we go, left, right, left, and I can go backwards, right, left, right. You see my feet stayed the same. My lead leg foot was 12 o'clock, back leg was 2 o'clock. I don't want to be this way when I'm doing this drill, right? When I turn my foot sideways here, one major thing is I'm leaving that leg open to get the clip and kick, and I can't really turn up, check and kick. The second one is I can't really slip this side. See, my toe is pointing that way. I can't really turn and slip this way with my feet that way. My body's kind of contorted weird. You know what I mean? So I don't want to be going like this. And some guys, just even in the classes, I'll have to explain it over and over and over to kind of break them out of the habit because they're so comfortable sitting here. But it's way more efficient. You can attack way better if your lead leg's 12 o'clock, right? So now I can slip this way and wind up. You know what I mean? This is a way more threatening posture than this. You know what I mean? You can tell just by looking at me that I'm pretty, it's not going to be that successful. And I can't really gain much ground. Here, it's a lot more threatening, right? It's almost like I'm like on a starting line of a race. I can just take off and go right through you if I wanted to. So your feet and where they're at is super important. So again, real simple, moving forward and back, just those slips. Again, if you guys have a line or something you can put on the ground, whether with athletic tape or duct tape or even chalk, if you guys want to work out outside or work out in your garage, just take sidewalk chalk and draw a little line so that you can slip, slip, slip all the way down and then backwards. Slip, 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 slip. Again, letting that line split your stance. So that back leg's on the ball of your foot, lead leg's 12 o'clock, and your head is splitting that line. Now I'm not moving my head like this. I'm not bobbing my head side to side on my shoulders. I'm turning my shoulders, right? As I turn my shoulders, my head naturally moves side to side this way, right? So again, turn the shoulders, turn the shoulders, turn the shoulders. As you turn the shoulders, the head naturally moves. So again, keep my back leg on the ball of my foot. We'll go one more time. You pay attention to my head. My head's barely slipping right off that center line. And then back. Even when I move backwards, my back leg's still on the ball of my foot. Right? I'm not planted like this. I'm still on the ball of my foot, even though I'm moving back. So if I want to, I can stop and fire back at any moment. Right? If this guy's attacking, I can slip, slip, slip. I can stop or return fire, throw anything I want. It's a lot easier to do that if my back leg's on the ball of my foot. I mean, so being offensive, even though you're moving backwards, or being offensive, even though you're being defensive, it's almost like an art of fighting. It's an art form. You got to kind of practice and get better at that. That's why there's guys that are known as defensive fighters. I personally am known as a defensive fighter. I grew up, raised in a defensive style of fighting. You're able to fight while you're moving back. And I think in mixed martial arts is super important because we cover a lot of ground in that cage. So now sticking to that same drill, we'll add a couple of shots, some punches. So let's go 3 slips. Let's go slip right, left, right. Off that right slip, that right arm's loaded. We can go cross, hook. We'll add those 2 shots, okay? And off that hook, we're going to continue this slip moving forward. Slip, 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 and then hook, cross. Right? And again, slip, 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 cross hook, backwards, slip, 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 hook, cross, slip, 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 hook, cross. Now we'll change the punches up a little bit. We'll go slip, 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 uppercut, hook, slip, 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 lead uppercut, cross, slip, 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 rear uppercut, hook, backwards, slip, 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 lead uppercut, cross, slip, 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 up, hook, slip, 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 up, cross. All right, so you guys can run that drill on your own. Again, either the cross hook on that side or that uppercut hook on that side. On the left side, you got that hook cross, or you got that lead uppercut cross. And again, you guys can grab like little 3-pound dumbbells if you want and run this drill at home in front of a mirror or outside or at a park. When you guys got a ladder drill, you guys can do that and add that in. So that was a drill without moving the head. That was just kind of side to side slipping.
Your device is connected.
While we're moving forward and back. Okay. Now with the rope, it's going to hold you a little bit more accountable. You're gonna have to duck right here. Okay, so now instead of just moving side to side like you were there, right? We didn't have that rope involved. So now we're gonna kind of roll underneath. Okay, so there's the slip. The slip is more like just the slip where you're slipping side to side. The roll is it's the same thing as a slip, but now I'm also gonna bend my knees. Now watch what happens when I bend my knees as I'm slipping. What does my body do? You see that? It kind of rolls underneath. Right, so I'm doing this motion where I'm just bending my knees, and I'm slipping at the same time. And when I combine that movement, look, it rolls underneath. Slip, 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 bend, slip, slip, bend, slip, slip, bend, slip, slip, bend. Right, and so when I bend, my head kind of rolls underneath. So look, I don't want my head to make a V. I'm not going to go down like this and up like this. I don't want my head to make a V, and I don't want to make an I. I'm not going up and down, right? That's another motion you want to kind of stay away from the MMA because guys can beat you into shooting a knee, or a jump knee or a push kick, or an uppercut or get you going down, and then when you come back up is when they'll shoot. So the most efficient movement is that roll, right? Your head's coming down, making like a U this way. So let's try that drill right now for you guys at home. Let's just go slip, slip, roll, slip, slip, roll, slip, slip, roll, slip, slip, roll. And again, when you're rolling, all you're doing is bending your knees and rolling your shoulders through. So look at me, I'm kind of like pointing my shoulders, right? My right shoulder's in front. When I slip, my left shoulder goes in front. Now when I bend my knees and roll through, my right shoulder comes all the way in front again, then I'm up. Right? And then again, slip, left shoulder, slip, right shoulder, and then roll. See my left shoulder's in front, right? Slip, right shoulder, slip, left shoulder, slip, right shoulder. So you're always kind of chambering your shoulders. If you ever get confused and you just like kind of threw a right punch, or you just slipped with your right shoulder, just know, okay, I need to go back the other way. So I'm going to duck here, or I'm going to go here. Okay, so a couple more. Let's go slip, slip, under, slip, slip, under, slip, slip, under, slip, slip, under, slip, slip, roll, slip, slip, roll. Make sure you guys have your guard up too when you guys roll. I don't want to come down like this. I don't want to drop my hands. A lot of guys will slip, slip, and they'll drop their hands here like this. You know what I mean? When they're rolling, you got to protect your face, especially if you're close enough to where you need to duck from a shot. That means that you're close enough to get hit. So you got to have your guard up, especially if you're ducking in like that. You know what I mean? So I always tell guys, almost like you're looking over the tops of your gloves, like looking over the tops of your knuckles, right, as you guys roll underneath. You know what I mean? So once you guys do that drill out in the open, we can do a little calisthenic drill for you guys. So we'll start off 30 seconds, high knees and punches. So you're going to start off opposite knee, opposite hand out. Right here, you're going to switch. So almost like you're making an X, right? Opposite hand, opposite knee. We're going to go right here for 30 seconds, right? So if you get confused, you're going to stop and go opposite arm out, knee up. So get your knee up to your waist and punch straight out. Okay, we'll go 30 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Again, try to get those knees up to your waist. You can kind of just go at your own pace. You don't really got to go too fast like you're sprinting, and just get that muscle memory down. So again, you're just kind of making it 10 seconds. Have those punches rotate out. See my palms in. I'm kind of rotating my fists out. And time. So I need some punches. We do use that as like a warm-up or a calisthenic drill in between classes, and then in between bag work. When you're done with that, then we'll go right into the squat jump, okay? So the squat jump, again, have your feet in a straight line. You're gonna sit your butt back if you're sitting in a chair. You don't want to bend your knees over your toes too much. Go down this way. You want to sit your butt back if you're sitting in a chair, okay? And drive down through your heels. So I can almost like pick my toes up off the ground and drive down through my heels. That's going to make me use the correct part of my body. I'm going to push down through my heels this way as I come up here, okay? And then when you do the squat jump, that's when you jump off your toes, right? So the regular squat is with the heel. The squat jump is with the toe. Right, so we're going to go 30 seconds, just that. Squat, squat jump, squat, squat jump. And go. Squat, squat jump, squat, squat jump, squat, squat jump. So when you land, you're going right into that squat. And time, good job. So again, just 30 seconds. You don't got to do anything too crazy unless you guys are, in fight camp and you want to add this stuff into your conditioning drills at home. There's a lot of stuff you guys can do in a small area in your garage with just a jump rope, 3-pound dumbbells, and just doing these simple drills. The next one we'll go mountain climber. So when you're doing these, I don't like these like little chintzy ass lifts that people do like this, right? They're called mountain climbers for a reason. When you're doing them, you want to take steps like you're literally climbing the side of the mountain, right? We're trying to climb a mountain, you're going to take big steps, right? If we're going like this, we're not going to go anywhere. You know what I mean? So one step up by your chest, shoulder, the other foot back in the ball of your foot. We're going to switch. So kind of let that hip drop when you come up. You can even exaggerate the motion. And drop that hip and kind of look up. And then switch here, switch here, switch here. And drop that hip, get that back foot on the ball of your foot. Now both feet are landing on the ground. I'm not just doing this little movement like this, you know what I mean? So again, we'll go 30 seconds. Ready? Go. I try to keep my fist right above inside my chest, and then put your foot right outside your feet, the top foot. And time. So we did high knees and punches, squat jump, and mountain climbers. Those are 3 essential calisthenics you guys can add in between all your work at home. So maybe do you guys do 3-minute rounds. That's a good platform to start off with. If you guys are doing working for time, is set it for a kickboxing round, 3 minutes. Swimming is a boxing round. MMA obviously is 5, but that might be a little bit too much. So we do things in increments of 3 minutes at first until you guys get in better shape. So I'd say do 3 minutes of bag work, right? So wheel on that back for 3 minutes, or pick a combination, hit that combo for 3 minutes as hard as you can, take a minute rest. See how fast it takes you to recover, and then get back to work. And we do 3-minute rounds. After those 3-minute rounds, then do those 3 calisthenics back to back to back. Try to go a minute and a half, you know what I mean? And that could be one cycle. So the 3 minutes, it's 9 minutes of work. Whether it be bag work, freestyle bag work, or combo work, and then a minute and a half with high knees and punches, mountain climbers, and squat jump, right? Now, for the second half, now we're going over to the rope. Now we're going to implement that roll, okay? And again, this rope is kind of giving us something to visualize as we're doing this, so you can slip. When you guys do this, try to have the rope or the wrap, whatever you guys are using at home, try to have it touch your rope underneath. It's kind of touching your shoulder on this side as well, right? Slip, touch, 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 touch. So we'll start out back here, and we'll just move the feet when we go forward on that forward slip. So when we go slip this way, again, have it touching your shoulder. I'm going to slip to the side. And when I slip to my lead side, I'm going to take a little step with this lead leg here up, right? And that's a movement you're going to do a lot in fighting. You're going to be stepping and ducking a lot, right? The guy's going to throw a big punch at me, especially with his big right hand. I'm going to step and come here a lot. I don't necessarily like to do the duck and roll too much. I like slipping and ripping personally. I like staying more upright and kind of baiting for a guy, waiting for him to throw. I'll just slip, let him throw, and then rip. I feel like if a guy's throwing on me, it's like, F you, I'm throwing you back. I mean, so that fight or flight kicks in when someone's attacking him. So that's a move you're going to do a lot in fighting, is that lead step with that slip or that lead step with that roll, okay? And now doing this drill is going to allow us to work that. So again, we're going to slip right, touch on the left shoulder, slip underneath of that little step, then slip again. I slip again, step, roll. So when you guys slip to your lead side, your left side is with the step. When you guys slip to your back side, your power hand, just kind of stay there here. We'll just stay like that. So you're only going forward every time you step forward and roll to your left. Here, and under, here, under, here, under, okay? And now we're going to move back. So now we're not going backwards. Now we're not going forward, we're going backwards. So you slip. Now, where you're going backwards is when you step back with the back leg as you take that backwards roll here. And then step here. Step here. Step. Now I can roll backwards and stepping back on my back leg. I'm ducking and rolling through, and I'm dragging my back leg back to get up to my stance. So I adjusted both feet. Again, roll underneath. I'm not just going stepping here and then rolling and leaving my lead leg there. I'm going to bring my lead leg back with me. So step, roll. As I roll, this back leg comes up to bring me upright. Okay? And again, underneath, back, under, back, under, back, under, back, under, back. I'm going forward. Step under, roll. Step under, roll. Step under, roll. And you guys see how much I'm adjusting my feet on that step roll? I'm like stepping and dragging. Hold my feet just adjusted about 6 inches or so. I don't want more than that. Anything more than that becomes a little bit more unrealistic, right? You're not going to be like, I'm not going to be like here on a guy. You know what I mean? You got to be a little bit more realistic about it and kind of work your way into that pocket rather than blitz your way into that pocket. A lot of guys that are just starting off in MMA and don't come from a traditional striking background, they're pretty nervous when it comes to that striking pocket. So a lot of them try to blitz their way in or blitz their way out, or almost like flail their way in and close their eyes. They don't really embrace that close range, closing the distance. So just keep that in mind when you guys are doing this. Just don't rush it. Everything's all baby movements, right? You build a fortress brick by brick. So let's just start. Let's start the masonry. Let's start laying the bricks. You know what I mean? So don't try to skip over stuff. Take the time to, even if it's a little thing. If it's just like bouncing, this is just jumping rope. There's a science. There's a reason why we're having you do these little simple things to kind of get to build a foundation. You know what I mean? So again, let's do the masonry work. Let's start building this foundation, building this fortress. And again, we're starting with these little steps. So it's step, slide, roll, step, slide, roll, step, slide, roll, step, slide. Now we're going backwards. Back step, slide with the lead leg, roll. Back step, slide the lead leg, roll. Step, slide, 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 roll. Okay? So now the last part, we're going to add the punches in to this sequence. Okay, so again, we'll do 3 slips, 2 punches, right? And the first set of punches, we're going to keep the right hand straight the whole time. And we're going to keep the left hand a hook the whole time. Okay, so I'm either going to go cross, hook, or I'm doing this. Just reverse everything I say, right? So you guys are going to stand obviously with your right hand, right foot in front, your back foot in the back. Everything's the opposite for you guys, right? So southpaws will be here with it. You guys are going to roll underneath, roll underneath, roll underneath, and then you're going left cross, right hook, right? Or you're going to roll underneath this way and go right hook, left cross. So everything's just reversing for all the southpaw people out there. The majority of people are right-handed, so that's some of the majority of stuff we show is right-handed. But again, going back to the beginning, let's add in these 3 punches. Okay, so now we're going to slip right. Moving forward, I'm going to step and slip, roll. And I'm moving right again. So I just did my 3 rolls, my 3 slips. Now I'm firing that cross hook. When you guys are punching, almost like imagine there's a target, like a ball or a light right here that's right underneath the rope the whole entire time. So every time you slip, you're going to just target this this ball, this target. You need to place it right below the rope or right above the rope, right? But I want the target on this line. I want to simulate, right, you moving your head off that lane and then striking in that lane, okay? So again, we're going to go roll, 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 and then cross hook. Off this hook, I'm going to right into my roll on the other side. So roll, 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 hook, cross. Roll, 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 cross, hook. Step, roll, roll, step, roll, hook, cross. Now I'm going backwards throughout the punch. So again, step, roll, roll, step, roll, cross, hook, roll, step, roll, hook, cross. Roll the step, roll, cross, hook, roll, step, roll, hook, cross. You guys notice if you do this correctly, you're just kind of alternating sides. You're either going left, right, or right, left. You know what I mean? So again, we'll go from a southpaw version so you guys can see it. So again, start off here, we're going forward. So slip, this one doesn't move. When I step forward is when I slip here. A little step, right? Roll again, cross, hook. Step of the roll underneath, step of the roll, hook, cross. You guys see when I roll, my hands are coming up right here. Right? Because that's what you guys end up blocking with. That's what you guys use to shoot with your forearm. So again, step, roll, cross, hook, step, roll, step, roll, hook, cross. Now moving backwards. Roll that step, go underneath, step, roll, cross, hook, roll, step, roll, hook, cross. Under, cross, hook, under, hook, cross. Okay, now we can change the punches up a little bit. We'll make that right cross. We'll make that left cross, we'll make it a left uppercut. Okay, so now it just changes your crosses to an uppercut. On the other side, the hook is going to be an uppercut. So again, going forward, I'm going to slip, step and slip again, and now we're making an uppercut hook instead of that cross hook. Okay, so now again, step and roll, step and roll, and now we're going uppercut cross instead of the hook cross. Okay, so now under again, here, step, here, up, hook, under, here, under, up, cross, under, up, hook, backwards, under, step, under, up, cross, under, up, hook, under, up, cross, under, up, hook, under, up, cross. Okay? Now we're going back to orthodox again for the people, the right-handers, so they can see the uppercut hook. So again, when I'm moving backwards, I'm stepping back on my back leg, step of that roll, step of the roll, uppercut hook, roll, up, cross, roll, roll, roll. Up, hook, under, 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 up, cross, under, 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 up, hook, under, 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 up, cross, going forward, under, 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 up, hook, under, 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 up, cross, under, under, up, hook, under, 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 up, cross, backwards, under, up, hook, under, up, cross. You guys will feel a fatigue in your legs. You guys are doing that after a while because you're looking at you're kind of in a crouch stance, right? It's pretty tiring after you guys are doing it the correct way. And again, your body has to be conditioned to do these moves. You know what I mean? Your body has to be conditioned to be in a posture for 3 full minutes. You know what I mean? And it depends if you're doing, 3-minute rounds, 5 3-minute rounds, or boxing, 12 3-minute rounds. It's a pretty fatiguing sport. You can see why some of these combat athletes are the most conditioned fighter athletes in the world. You have to be in there to be able to fight. 3 minutes is a long time, and now you want to talk about 5 minutes with wrestling involved. These are some of the most well-conditioned athletes. I think they said pound for pound that gymnasts, I believe, are the strongest athlete pound for pound out of all the athletes. And I understand that, and I agree completely. I think most of them use body weight. They're using rings, they're using gravity, they're using the natural elements of this world in themselves. And they're using their joints are strong, the ligaments, their tendons. The reason why primates are so strong, they're swinging on canopies all day long. They have like 6 times the amount of ligament and tendons as human beings do. Not so much the musculatory system, but where the muscle attaches to the bone. That's what makes these beasts so strong. So, and that kind of concept, we're training for these combat sports more for muscle conditioning rather than just grabbing a real heavy set of weights and picking it up, putting it down. Whether it be 3 times, 5 times, or once you start getting to 10 reps, 15 reps, 20 reps, then you start building muscle conditioning. Everything I do personally in the weight room, and whenever I do my supersets, everything's till failure. I don't even count the reps. I'm going to start counting after I hit like 15. Once your form starts getting affected by the reps, you start getting so fatigued where you can't even you have to start manipulating your body frame to get the movement, then stop. That's when you hit your limit, right? So you always want to do everything with the correct form that you're intending to perform with. So we'll go back. Once you guys did the rope, we'll go back to the other calisthenic drill. So we'll reverse it now. We'll go mountain climbers first, and then we'll do the squat jump, and then we'll do the high knees and punches, okay? So it's going to be the mid half all the way through. We'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. So again, big switches, back foot on the ball of your foot. My fists are kind of inside my chest. My top foot is coming right outside my fist. And again, I'm just doing it on my fist because my thumb's pretty jacked up. So if you guys got gloves on, if we do this in between class, I just have guys go on their knuckles, or you guys can go on your palms. Three, 2, 1, and back up, right? That squat jump. Ten seconds. And high knees and punches, last set. 15 seconds, a little bit faster. You guys need to go up. And time. If you guys want, you guys can cool down, just kind of shadow boxing. Try to just move around, shadow box. Just work on keeping your high frame, high posture. Right? Drill or exercise in fighting, especially for guys that are just starting out. They don't really feel comfortable shadow boxing. A lot of them might think, oh, I look silly, especially if it's in a big class, a big group of people. They they don't want to look silly or feel like they're holding up the rest of the class. So, man, get rid of all that. Don't worry about all that. Get out there, get in your room, your garage, the park, and just start moving around. That's so brilliant about martial arts is we're not adding anything to ourselves. We're literally going within ourselves to make ourselves better versions of ourselves. There's no tools that we work with other than each other. We hit bags and pads like that, but again, that's just something you're striking. I'm not giving you anything to make you more dangerous or make you more of a weapon. It's literally just knowledge. It's just knowledge and repetition. Learning how to use your body the way it was designed to be used. And I started a podcast with my friend Brendan here at the gym. We'll be going over all this stuff, everything from martial arts to alchemy to the alkaline diet to arm bars. So that podcast is Ascended Arts. You guys have an Instagram account. If you guys want to follow us on there, it's Ascended_Arts is the podcast. I'm also on Instagram at Ascended_Athlete. And again, just martial arts is my passion. It's my life. I've been 29 years as a martial artist, almost 20 years as a pro just in mixed martial arts. Before the sport was even called mixed martial arts, it was called Vale Tudo, right? This phrase Vale Tudo means no holds barred, right? It's a Portuguese phrase. I'm the first American to have a black belt in Vale Tudo. Again, that's kind of the birth of this sport where it came. Now we call it MMA, mixed martial arts. But you look at the history of this sport, it's pretty cool. It's the pancrase style fighting has been one of the it was the official sport of the Olympic Games when they were first created. These are the sporting events that they would hold in the Colosseums and used to entertain the crowds. It was men fighting, and back then the rules were a little bit different. It was called pancrase, and it was open hand strikes to the face, but closed fists to the body. Right? They didn't have gloves and stuff back then, so all the striking was more open hand this way to the face, and you can still grapple, go knees to the body, takedowns, leg locks, arm bars, chokes. Those no gloves. It was called pancration. So that style of fighting is still alive and well today in Greece now. I just was over there last year traveling through southern Greece and Athens and Thessaloniki as well, middle Greece and upper Greece, and met a lot of friends. I got to train up a few different gyms out there and saw how much it was still very much part of their culture. It was very, very cool. You can see there's posters on these gyms of guys doing, doing different submission moves and strikes that jiu-jitsu guys think that they're inventing today, which has been around for thousands and thousands of years before jiu-jitsu was even a sport. So the sport of MMA, Vale Tudo, pancration it's pretty authentic. It's as authentic as it gets when it comes to sports. And so, yeah, for a long time we battled the mainstream, I guess, persona, or we got a bad rap. The sport had a bad reputation because it was so violent, because people weren't really dead. But man, they actually did the homework and understood this is a very, humanistic thing. It's the oldest sport there is, and it's incredible. It's just so awesome to see the sport of martial arts still take off today, and to see the elite athletes come around, and now see companies like Reebok and Nike and ESPN pick up this sport that has been, part of our culture as a species for, tens of thousands of years. I grew up fighting. My first 4 fights actually were pancrase style fights. So there's no gloves. Again, it was open hand to the face, closed fist to the body. But in all 4 of my fights, I knocked every guy out. I knocked them out cold. And go, oh, how do you do that with open hand fights? Well, open hand strikes. Well, majority of guys, when they hit open hand, a lot of them almost like slap. But if you line your palm up this way and just keep your palm aligned with your elbow, the same way your knuckles align with your elbow when you punch, like the battering ram, if you just open up your hand and still hit with the ridge of your palm, that's a pretty hard surface. And so as long as you're hitting with your palm and your elbows are reinforcement for your palm, like I busted a guy's nose. I've had like his like septum like stick in my hand, like Bruce was studying gnarly KOs, just open hand strikes. So you can still do a significant amount of damage with open hands. Of course, it's a lot safer. It's actually more safer for the guy that's throwing the strikes. Again, it's just human movement. I mean, you're learning about your potentials of yourself. We're not adding anything. We're not coming here fighting with knives or swords or sticks or batons. We're literally just using ourselves. And for everyone out there that wants to get involved, the MMA Lab is the best place to do it, especially if you live in this part of the country. I always tell everyone that comes through here, we're like a Stanford or MIT. I mean, we're like a high level elite university. We have guys that come in here and do the kickboxing cardio classes. After a while, they show how serious they are through their attendance and showing up and wanting to get better. Eventually, we get them in the room with the pros and get them working conditioning with Jared, and then eventually we get them fights in the smaller circuit shows. And after a while, they start winning some fights in the smaller shows. Then we get them managers, and then we get them linked up and contracted to all the bigger shows, whether that be UFC, Bellator, PFL, ACA. We got connections all over the world. And as far as having a program like that, I mean, Mario Bautista, Sugar Sean O'Malley, Kyler Phillips, all these guys that are the current day killers in the sport of MMA. These guys are poster guys for the UFC. They've all came up through this program that we have here at the MMA Lab. So for all you guys that are out there and interested, come on down. When they lift up this band, I'll be back in here teaching classes Monday through Thursday, 5 and 6 p.m. And we look forward to seeing you guys when this thing's all done with. Until then, take care of yourselves. A couple of things. Personally, I'll share with you guys that I take every morning, every night is antiviral mushrooms. You can take reishi and turkey tail. They sell this at Sprouts and Whole Foods. So I have my daughter as well. I'll put this in her smoothies as well as mine. So I'll do like a plant-based protein smoothie. You can buy plant-based proteins, again, at Sprouts or Whole Foods. I think even Costco started carrying it now. And so I'll do my protein shake. I'll do a teaspoon of the reishi mushroom, a teaspoon of the turkey tail. Both are antiviral mushrooms. And these mushrooms can strengthen your lungs, and they prevent this virus that if you contract the virus, what these mushrooms do is it dulls the protrusions that stick out of this virus that actually allows the virus to attach to the cells. This dulls those protrusions so the virus almost like bounce off the cell. It won't be able to attach. Other than the viral mushrooms, I also take a mushroom blend, as all the other mushrooms from lion's mane. This stuff is incredible supplements for the mind. These are like brain supplements. We won't even get into that. If you guys are interested in hearing more about that stuff, tune into the $7 podcast. And some vitamins and stuff you guys should also be taking is vitamin A. Try to take your vitamin A along with vitamin K, and then also vitamin D. I think these are the building blocks to arm yourself from this thing, as well as glutathione. Glutathione is also antiviral, antimicrobial. Those are my personal go-to supplements that I have myself on morning and night. Again, you guys take care of yourselves, and we will see you guys when you can lift and get back, and we'll all get back to work. So thank you guys for joining me. We'll see you guys in the next one.